spent way too much time adjusting it when my tripod is quite literally 3 combs inside of a jar, and I'm over here like, I'm an influencer. But I have, where's my handy dandy? Hang on, I have to get my handy dandy notebook for this video. So I made a TikTok where I said that I make 6 figures in a year, and everyone was like, tell us how you do that, please. Thank you very much. So I put together notes because if you did not know, I own my own small business, and then I obviously am on the interwebs. I am not a full-time social media influencer in the sense that that's not where like even a fraction of my money comes from. I broke it down in another video. I would say a good 85 to 90% of my income comes from my business, and then the rest comes from social media, which is honestly still a great thing, but my business is what makes that coin, you know what I'm talking about? So I have collected some ideas and some tips and tricks of how I have built my business because I'm not a gatekeeper of any kind. If I can help you, I'm gonna freaking help you. A lot of this is from personal, like, I did this and it was a bad idea, so don't do this. Or some of it has just been things that I have noticed and I have developed. So I'm just gonna put my ideas together. The only reason I hesitated on making this is because I was honestly, gonna just be 100% honest with you, nervous that I had some ex-friends who thought that because they had helped a little bit, they now owned like stock, and they were definitely gatekeeping and holding everything over my head, and we don't fuck with that energy. I'm not gonna do that to you, okay? Because I'm gonna give you this and take it as is, okay? I started my online business in 2020, September of 2020, and now I have my trailer that I go places with, and then I still have the e-commerce, and then obviously I have built my social media platforms with that. But I'm gonna give you some do's and don'ts that I have followed, not a professional by no means, but if you want to know how I make 6 figures a year, keep watching. I'm an online store, and then I also have my in-person little trailer that I take places, so that is primarily what I'll be helping with. And then also I am a social media influencer, content creator, whatever you want to call me. I do not care, but I make videos, and some platforms pay me a check. It may not be that much money, but you know what? It's extra money in the bank, and I ain't gonna complain about it. So the first thing that I will say that I noticed that changed my business exponentially was when I developed a brand and I got a logo. I don't care if you do hair, I don't care if you sell actual apparel or clothing or anything like that, or if you're just selling yourself as a comedian, as a social media influencer. I think having a brand and having a logo is so crucial, because let me tell you what, if you have a good brand, your shit will sell. My best-selling shirt right now is the Heifer Please Co shirts, because I wanted it to be like a lot of similar brands have. I have the small little logo on the front and the big logo on the back, and people come in my store all the time, like my mobile shop, who have no idea who I am, but they buy that shirt because they like the logo. And just having that brand is also good, because then you can put it onto a lot of different products and have that for sale. So that is when I noticed a big upgrade in my business and the change of it. Now, you do not have to be an artist, because that is my thing, is when it comes to being artistically gifted, I did not get that. So you can pay people. That's the beauty of it. Make sure you find a good artist. Make sure you find one that is fair, and not in the sense of price, just making sure. I've had run-ins with artists before that weren't that positive. But I use Carissa with Rustic Sunflower. She is amazing. She's done a couple logos for other friends of mine now, and she's just phenomenal. Like, highly recommend her. The next thing is, if you were doing any kind of selling, do not do Etsy. I do not want to shit on Etsy, because it is very helpful. It's a very easy interface, and they do handle a lot of the headache for you. However, the fees are astronomical. I did not turn a profit in 2021 at all, really. Like, hardly any. It was, if it would not have been for my regular 9 to 5, I would have gone bankrupt. I would have had to stop my business, because when looking back at my numbers, I was like, oh, I got a tax return. That's how bad it was. Like, most people don't get a tax return when it comes to having their own business. I got a tax return. It was a little bit. It's like $100. But like, so don't do Etsy. Literally, building your website seems so terrifying, but because I'm one of those people, I get really anxious about big projects, and like, I just keep putting them off. I used GoDaddy. I am not sponsored. Nobody sponsored this video, but Heifer Please Co, yours truly. But I do like to talk about it because it genuinely helped me so much. I was able to build my website. I know Squarespace is somewhat similar, so you could probably use either. I personally used GoDaddy. I really like their interface. I use their shipping interface as well. Big fan. But, you know, you can do whatever you want. I know some people who use GoDaddy for their domain, and then they use Shopify for selling their stuff. It's wherever floats your boat, okay? That's on you. I don't know the differences, but let me tell you, that has been a big factor because having a website takes so much less fees. They have the percentage that they take, and that's it. There's no other hidden little extras, and then obviously you pay for domain. If you are starting out small and you do not know what to do, you're like, what do I need? I don't know. I was there too, okay? It's freaking scary, okay? Starting your own business is terrifying. Build a community. I reached out and used other small businesses, whether it was small freelance artists, whether it was other influencers or creators that had done merch or in any facet. And then when I started to want to have apparel, I reached out to a small business. Now I use a little bit of a bigger business just for the sheer fact that I need to have a higher volume and I didn't want to stress her out. But that is like, you can get help from other people. Being able to build that community is so essential. Like having other small business friends and partners to be able to answer questions, and you can answer questions with them. It's so freaking essential. Like that is one of the biggest things I have to thank is all the different people, like whether it was just answering a simple little question or this or that, you know, like Simply Country Ranch, for an example. They gave me who they use for plushies, and that's now who I use, you know. That was just a little thing for her to be like, oh, this is it, here's the contact. But it helped me exponentially. So not being afraid to just reach out, because hopefully not everybody's a gatekeeping asshole. Some, you'll find those, okay? And like those people, you don't want them in your community anyway, but that is a huge factor. So in every single one of my orders, I try to put a little bit of something, a little pizzazz, nothing crazy, but I think it adds that extra personal touch that a lot of people like. And it's also a great way to brand and advertise yourself. Business cards, obviously, I have my logo, I have my information, I have my website, and then I have the socials on the back. That way people can follow and stay connected if they like your product, because you're gonna wanna be able to give them an opportunity to be a return customer. This is just a little thank you because I am a small business and I do appreciate the thank you. Give a little bit of my cows, the logo, all that. Also, I don't have them right now because I used all of them, but with my logo I always give free stickers, whether it be this or just a white sticker that says Heifer Please Co, because that in itself is free branding, free marketing for you. Because if they put it on something, if they put it on a cup, their whatever, that is free marketing for you. Because if it's, as long as it's something easily searched, so like make sure that your business name is the only thing on there, because then someone can search Heifer Please Co, they can find me. And then that's a way to social network. And people love getting free stickers. Everybody loves free stickers. It doesn't matter what age you are. Free stickers are freaking amazing. The next thing I want to say is I did not realize how beneficial in person would be. I bought my trailer and I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I thought more than anything it was going to be for TikTok stuff only. That has not been the case. My biggest like crowd, my community outside does not know who I am, like when I go places, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm not a big ginormous influencer, obviously, but I did not realize the, you know, positive like reaction I would get, and it made me very happy. And so fairs, expos, and vendor events have been a huge benefit, because even if you don't necessarily make a crap ton of money, which you might not, it's exposure, it's marketing, it's putting yourself out there. You can also make those other vendor friends. You can have that community, because like I said, it is very vital to have people that you can talk to, that you trust, that you can go to for information on these things, because you need it. You know, they can help you with other vendor events. They can help you with setup, because I have a trailer because I was fortunate to where I had the finances to be able to finance a trailer, and I am a pathetic human being. Let me set the scene. I set up one time with a tent and tables, and that was it for me. I said, I'm getting a flipping trailer, because it was a very windy day, and I had bought a 10x10 for that day, and that is the only time it was used. I got so frustrated by the end because it would not come out of the ground. I Hulk smashed that entire fucking thing and put it in a dumpster on the fairgrounds. Not my proudest moment, but like a tent, you can find tents for very, like, pretty inexpensively. You can find a couple tables, and then you can be set up. Really just make it personal, you know, maybe get a couple tablecloths, make it a little cute, make it a little yourself, but you can do that at a lot of different vendor events and be just as successful as somebody with a trailer. The benefits of a trailer are there. For me personally, I was very much into that way of going about my business, but you can also still start out with the standard setup and do just as well. A few things that I wish I would have done differently would have been to break down to make sure that my pricing was actually covering all my costs, because that's what was not happening on Etsy. But I was kind of like really struggling in the beginning, and I was just trying to find my feet, honestly. I'm still finding my feet. Like, I'm not like, boop, peaked, I'm a business bitch. Like, no. But I feel like I've got a lot better grasp of how to do things, like between ordering and making sure I'm profiting and I'm turning that profit to be able to buy more inventory. But you need to have these moments where, like, you come in, you look at expenses, you look at your costs, and you look at your income, and you're making sure that this one is just a little bit over. In the first couple years, you ain't gonna make shit, okay? I still am not making that much profit, okay? I'm making enough to live off of, and that's awesome. But like, I'm putting all that extra income back into my business so I can get more inventory to have on hand, so I can make more sales. So it's just making sure that you are checking in though, like making that checks and balances, like, okay, but like, am I spending too much? What can I improve on? The other thing I wish I would have done better is build my platforms together. I kind of went with TikTok and just kept rolling, and I left my other socials in the dust. And that's not always a great thing. Like, it would be really essential. Like, it'd be so dope if I had a Facebook page that was just as poppin', like for my business, as my Instagram or my TikTok. Like, they're slowly coming back with me. And like, I wish I would have started YouTube when I started TikTok. I delayed too much because it scared me, and now here we are. But that is something that's so vital. And then just filming everything. There's so much silly ASMR stuff that you might be like, this is silly, this will never go over well. But it does. Like, it genuinely does. So don't be afraid to film things. Don't be afraid to market. Don't be afraid to get on social media, because everyone 6 months ago, I was like, take us, blah, 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 blah. And now I see all these businesses like, oh crap, like you can actually, yeah, it's a great marketing tactic. You can reach a lot of people when you hit the algorithm right. But that leads me into the next thing. It's ups and downs. There's highs and lows, okay? You will go to a vendor event and you will make so much money and you'll be on a high, and then you'll go to a vendor event and you won't even make enough to pay what it costs to be there. That happened to me. And it can be upsetting, but you have to remember that everything comes with those highs and lows. Social media can be highs and lows. I'll have a couple videos hit the For You page and I'll be just like, oh! And then I'll take 5 months where I just am barely scraping by for views. And it's what you do in that 5-month period that matters, because if you can remain consistent, even though you feel like you're just drained and you're not winning anymore, that is going to really show your colors, and that's going to be what pushes you. Because if you can keep going when it seems like you're not going anywhere, you're going somewhere, I promise. Okay? You're going somewhere. I've been there. It'll still happen again. It's ups and downs, baby. Okay? It is a damn roller coaster. And you just got to be really ready. The last thing I will say is, again, there's no gatekeeping here. I tell you everything that I can. So, like I said, I used GoDaddy to build my website, and I used their interface Shippo to send out my orders. I do print my own labels, and I will say that if you are shipping, you are probably going to want to have some kind of interface, because it is very beneficial when it comes to, it saves you money versus going to the post office, and it does save you time. So I have used Pirate Ship before. I like that one. You can directly download, I think I know for sure you can download it from Etsy, and I think there's other ones like maybe Shopify you can directly get your orders from. But I used Pirate Ship when I had Etsy, and now I use Shippo. Love it. It's set up with GoDaddy. It syncs right in. Beautiful. My printer is a Munbyn, Munbyn. I got it on Amazon, as well as the labels. Not super expensive, very beneficial. It's a thermal one, so you don't have to worry about ink, and it has done me a lot of good service. Love that thing. And then my shippers I get from Uline. It's a very well-known company. You probably have seen Uline before. They have a lot of options. I really enjoy them. That's where I get my shippers. I don't get anything super customized because I'm just not in the place to be spending $2 or $3 a package, because I'd rather send you a blank, poly mailer, but you save $2, $3 on your order and you're not spending that much there. So that's how I do it. But those are my tips and tricks that I have thought of at the moment. If you have other questions, I can try to get more specific as well. I will tell you, taxes, I pay a guy. When you are self-employed and you're doing a 1099, it is just way easier to just give it to your tax guy. But also just save everything, because if there's a chance for it to be used as a write-off, it's a beneficial thing to use it as a write-off. So, when you're looking at gas and receipts for, food, when you're making a business run, that counts. So just talk to a tax person. It's, it's going to be a charge that you have, but it's also another tax write-off. And it just saves you the headache when you're already dealing with marketing, advertising, doing everything, and on top of running your business. So that is the best advice I can give you. But if you have any other specific questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Like I said, I am by no way a professional. I think the biggest and best advice I can get you is build that damn community for yourself. Find other people who are doing the same or similar thing, and be an open book to each other, help each other grow. That's what I love to see. I love to help businesses when I can. Exactly why I wanted to make this video. Not a professional, not perfect. I've definitely fallen on my ass several times, but I am happy where I am, and I do make 6 figures a year, but I also spend 6 figures a year. So I'm not, as you can see, I'm in my childhood bedroom in my parents' house. Okay. it's not like we're out here just ready to buy a Tesla or like a Bugatti and shit, okay? We are still very frugal, and we still are shopping at Target and making shit happen. But that is all I have. I hope this was beneficial. I hope this was helpful. If you have other questions, drop them and I can do another video answering them. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like, subscribe. I hope you have an amazing day. All my links are down below. heiferpleaseco.com is my business if you want to check it out. But I am going to get off here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.